Hey channel members, hope you're doing well. Shout out to superstar channel member David who's working on this. This is just a quick talk through for you for the drum part for Wake Me Up When September Ends by Green Day, played by Trey Cool. I did a video playthrough of this yesterday. And just wanted to have a little talk through it. I thought this would be helpful. I'm following a chart by Dan Bridgestock from drumscore.com. You don't have to be following the chart. I quite like having a chart to follow. It's a really cool drum part. The intro comes in at the intro of the song. We're not playing at all. And then when the drums drop in, I actually think this is one of the most interesting bits near the start.
When September ends, like my father's come to pass, 7 years has gone so fast. Wake me up when September ends.
So I'm playing this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So this is the most interesting bit of the song, I think, in terms of like when you look around at the different drum covers that are about, or when you look at Trey Cool playing it live, everyone's doing something a little bit different. Trey Cool is playing on the floor tom with a mallet, like a timpani mallet, which is a great sound. And then for where I'm hitting the hi-hat there, he's actually playing like a remote hi-hat. So he's pressing a pedal with his foot and it's making that chick sort of sound. It's sort of like halfway between a hi-hat chick and like almost like a side stick type of sound. In fact, I've seen other drum covers where people are playing this as a side stick. These are all options, but I would play it like this. If you have a timpani mallet, cool, do it with in your right hand, that's fine. But if not, just play lightly on the floor tom. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's the main pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now the tambourine, which I've put up here, comes in on beat 4 every 2 bars. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's the first little bit. That continues through the chorus. Now, interestingly, on this song, on this chart anyway, Like My Father's is the intro or verse, I guess. And then the chorus is Here Comes the Rain Again. So that's what they're calling the chorus here. The verse is As My Memory Rests. And then Summer Has Come and Passed, and so on, is also the verse. So Here Comes the Rain Again is the chorus. So when I refer to the chorus, that's what this is. So you play that groove I was just talking about. That rolls right from where the drums come in at the start to all the way through the first chorus, all the way through the next verse. You've then got the bit they call in the bridge, which is just 2 bars. This is the same floor tom part. Just 2 bars like that. So the hi-hat part just disappears here and the tambourine. We're just playing for 2 bars. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then the drums, you might say the drums sort of drop in for real with this. It's a big sort of stadium rock sound, isn't it? A 2-bar loop. So just kick and a flam on the snare. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 3 and 4. So that goes through the little bridgey bit, which is like the little musical interlude, but then continues as the verse now starts. So we play that little 2-bar phrase 2 times, and then it goes to the big rock out groove. Wake me up when September ends. You'd be forgiven for thinking that bit is the chorus in this chart. Anyway, that's the second half of the verse. And if you are following this chart, they've written the crash symbol as 8th notes. They've written the crash symbol as if it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and totally fine, and you can play it like that. Noticeably, when Tré Cool plays it, I watched the Howard Stern show version, he's actually playing quarter notes on the crash. So this isn't a deal breaker, he could do it either way, but he's just playing quarter notes on the crash. It actually works quite well. It's quite basic, isn't it? But it works quite well against that skip note on the snare. 1, 2, A3 and 4. 1 and 2, A3 and 4. 1, 2, A3 and 4. 1 and 2, A3 and 4. So this verse moves between 4 bars of that original groove. 4 bars like that, followed by 4 bars of Now the second time, this verse happens twice. When you go into the big rock groove, Wake Me Up When September Ends. The second time, at the end of that section, we've got one little drum fill, which is single strokes, leading into the chorus. The chorus is that same rocking groove on the crash cymbal. And then goes back to the verse. Pretty much everything from the song from this point onwards is repeats of these parts you've already played. So it goes back to the verse. If you're on the chart, this is the top of the second page now. It goes to the crash cymbal halfway through, just like before. And then it goes to the guitar solo, which is like the rocky groove from the verse. That's 8 bars, plus a funny little 3 bars at the end. I'll play the last 3 bars of the guitar solo now. It's a funny little moment, that, isn't it? So if you're looking at the chart, the last 3 of the guitar solo, you've got 4 bars at the beginning of the guitar solo, which repeat, and then you've got this bit that goes 1, 2, and 4, and then 1. Kind of a fun bit. You then got 4-bar rest where it says bridge, then another verse which is back to like we were in the intro. Four bars of this, then the big rock out just like before. So in this verse that we're on halfway down the second page, the only difference here is we're not playing in the first half of the verse we're playing down to that, but the second half of this verse, rock out, is the same. It's the same as it has been previously. Big single stroke roll at the end. Then you've got another verse which is as normal, which is that business, followed by, and then the outro, which is just more rock out groove. I'll play the last line of the chart, which is quite fun. So it kind of builds that intensity bar by bar at the end, and then bass drum on the 8th notes in the last bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and big crash to finish. So I really like this part because it's, on the face of it, relatively simple, I guess. Once you know the sort of like 3 main grooves involved, you're in business. The whole song is basically repetitions of those. So once you get your head around those, the next step is just, and this is the bit most people miss out, by the way, so don't miss out this bit, is sit and listen to it. We're also keen to play, I get it, but just do yourself a favour, right? Sit, and I have to remind myself of this. Sit with it and listen to it whilst following the chart a little bit if you are using the chart, or just wrapping your head around it if you're not. Because the challenge here is actually not, for most drummers, if you're at this kind of grade 2, grade 3 level that this song is at, for most drummers, it won't necessarily be playing the grooves, or like for some songs, it's like the big challenge is playing fast enough, isn't it? It's nothing like that. I'd say here the main challenge is actually, can you follow the form? The drums come in slightly odd places here and there, so just getting your head around that. As ever, listen to it loads. There's no substitute for listening to the music. If you've got the chart, cool, have it out, follow it along. Make sure you can come in and out at the right time. But hopefully this extra little talk through is useful. Let me know. I haven't done one of these in a while, but I thought it would be really, really nice. And I'll do more of them on this page if you like. Let me know if you do find them useful. Shout out to David. Thanks for being here as always. I massively appreciate your support. Please continue to give me a shout anytime. MikeBarnesDrums@gmail.com to let me know how I can help, and continue to let me know what you'd like to see on the channel. Send me your own practice videos for feedback, all that lovely stuff. Really love being part of this service. Hopefully you find it useful. Give me a shout anytime, and rock on. Enjoy this one if you get a look at it. Cheers.